Okay, this is pretty boring, but it caused me to make over $2,000 last month completely passive. And I know this video isn't going to have the crazy retention hacks, but if you can lock in for the next just 10 minutes right here, I will show you how you can also make $2,000 per month 100% passively. And I'm not talking a little bit passive where, okay, you still have to do some work here and there each month to make the money. I'm talking about I literally could have gone to the beach, sipped on a martini the entire month, and I still would have made the exact same amount of money. That's how passive this is. So again, this is pretty boring. It's not the sexiest method to make money, but if you do it right, you will actually be able to start making passive income, and you'll be making money regardless of whether you want to work or you want to go to the beach and sip a martini. So let's get right into it. The method that I'm going to be talking about in this video is something called YouTube search. Now, before I even show you how this is done, first of all, let me prove to you that I am who I say I am. So let's go on Chrome, open up an incognito tab, go to YouTube, and let's look up how to make money with Snapchat. And let's just see what pops up. Well, if we scroll down, you can see we have me ranking as the second most popular video on this topic. But wait a second, if we scroll down a little bit more, we have another video by me right here with 82,000 views. And if we scroll down a little bit more, we have this video also by me, MoneyMind, with 17,000 views. And you can see here, if we scroll, I rank for a bunch of these videos. So that's the tactic. It's called YouTube search, and if you can rank near the top of some of these big search terms, you can make a lot of money from it. To prove that to you, let me show you the analytics of this video that was posted just 3 months ago. You can see here this video gets 75% of all of its traffic from YouTube search. So it's people looking up how to make money with Snapchat, finding my video, and then clicking on it. This means that instead of getting views and then the video dying off, I'm actually just getting consistent views over time, and it's just pretty much going up in a straight line. Which means that in just ad revenue in the past 3 months, I was able to make $269, and it's just continuously going up without me having to do anything. But this video is not that simple. The ad revenue is a nice bonus, but that's not the main way that you make money with this. The main way you make money through this is actually by talking about a tool, and the tool is usually going to be something like a software or a digital product, and this digital product or software will help the user solve the problem that your title defines. So in this video, for example, I define the title as how to make money with Snapchat's new monetization program. And to do that, I recommend a tool to my audience that helps them automatically repost their content from whatever their main social media platform is to Snapchat. But here's the thing. This tool pays me indefinite recurring commission for everyone that signs up and pays for it. So in case you don't know, this is something called affiliate marketing. And I get 30% recurring commission for anyone that signs up to repurpose.io using my link. Which means, let's say this software cost $100 a month. If I got one person to buy, I would make $30 from them, but not $30 once. $30 every single month from that person until they canceled. And this is how the revenue actually starts to become passive. Because if I get one customer to sign up and they use the platform for a really long time, I'm going to keep making that $30 from them every single month for a very, very long time, potentially even indefinitely, because people forget to cancel a lot of the time. So let's say you had a software like that and you were getting the 30% commission. If you wanted to make $10,000 per month, that means you just need to refer 333 customers and you'd be making that $10,000 per month completely passively. And just to put that in perspective, just from targeted videos like this and a handful of others with 60,000 views, and then the others had a couple tens of thousands as well, I was able to get 183 paying customers from that, which means that all it really takes is a couple 100,000 to 1 million total views in a targeted search query to actually get enough customers to be making $10,000 per month. So now you understand the side hustle. If you make videos that rank high on search, you're going to be making passive income from YouTube AdSense, but that's going to be a small amount. You're going to be making a ton more revenue by acquiring customers passively because people keep coming to your video via YouTube search. And then you'll be able to keep making money from those customers that signed up month after month after month without doing any extra work. And that's how you can make passive income. So with all that being said, if this side hustle now sounds appealing to you, I'm going to show you how you can do it. So let's get right into it. So first things first, if we want to rank on YouTube search, we can't just go to YouTube and pick search terms randomly. This doesn't work because YouTube is one big game of supply and demand. And if we pick a search term at random, we don't know if there will be enough demand, or in other words, we don't know if enough people are looking this up or if this has enough monthly search traffic. But we also don't know if there will already be too much supply. So in other words, are a lot of people already posting about this topic, and is there way too much competition for us to rank? And if you had to try to answer this problem by yourself, it would be extremely difficult, which is why I highly recommend vidIQ. You can go to the first link in the description. I actually was able to negotiate with them because I've been using vidIQ for so long and I've been wanting to talk about it in my videos so badly. So normally it's like $19 a month, but I actually was able to get it for just $1 a month for the first month for you guys. All you have to do is either scan this QR code right here or go to the first link in the description and just click here and sign in with whatever Google account you want to sign in with. You can even just sign up for free to begin with, and I'll show you how the free features work, but I think the paid features are 100% worth it to analyze whether there's enough demand or little enough supply that it's worth making a video about the search term that you want to make a video about. So with that being said, definitely go to the link in the description, create an account, and then follow along because I'm going to be showing you how to use vidIQ to rank #1 on YouTube search and rake in that passive income. The first thing we want to use vidIQ for is to see if the search term that we want to make a video about has enough demand. If the search term has no demand to begin with, then there's really no point in making a video about it, because even if it's the best video ever, if no one's looking it up, then we're not going to get any views and we're never going to make money from that. So we can start with a very broad term. For example, when you get to vidIQ, I actually only really use one thing that vidIQ has because I think it's just the best thing by far, and it's under the Discover tab. You click on keywords. This is the only thing you're going to need for YouTube search. So all you're going to do is type in the broadest version of the search term that you want to make a video about. So I might type in something like Snapchat. Now you'll notice 3 scores right here: a search volume score, an overall score, and then a competition score. I want you to ignore the overall score and the competition score for now, and first just focus on search volume. We can see that the term Snapchat gets 157,000 searches per month, which is really high. That means that we found a search term that actually has a good amount of demand. So then the question from there is, what does the supply look like? Or in other words, how much competition is there to rank for this term? And we don't analyze that simply by just looking at this number. We analyze that by going into YouTube and actually typing in the search term. So you can see here, I went on a completely new account that I've never typed this in on before and typed in the word Snapchat. Now for this next part to work, you're going to need vidIQ's Chrome extension. So I'll leave this link in the description as well. The Chrome extension is completely free, but make sure you make an account with vidIQ first so that you can actually use the Chrome extension. Once you type in the search term and you have vidIQ installed as a Chrome extension, you'll see a lot of numbers that you were never used to seeing before. All of these numbers are extremely important in determining if there's enough competition and if this is actually a good search term to rank for. I'll zoom in on one video to show this, but the first number that you'll see right here is the subscribers. If all of the top ranking videos on a search term have a lot of subscribers, that's a bad sign, because it means that someone like you who has an account that doesn't have a lot of subscribers is going to have a really hard time ranking #1 on a search term when it's already dominated by people with over 1 million subscribers like this. So that's the first thing. The second thing is this score right here called an outlier score. What this basically refers to is how much better this video is performing compared to the average video on the channel. So if you have a video like this one with a 9.6x outlier score, that basically means that this video is performing 9.6 times better than the channel's average video. The higher the outlier score, the better, because it's an indicator that the topic that this video about is doing really, really well and way better than the other topics that this channel makes. Third, you have this score right here called VPH, and this stands for how many views per hour is this video getting. So just to put that in perspective real quick, if this video is getting 6 views per hour, that's 144 views per day, 1,000 views per week, or 52,000 views per year. And if you just have a couple videos that are each getting 52,000 views per year, by the end of a year, you could have 1 million views because you're just ranking #1 on search. So what you really want to look for in terms of competition, and I recommend you actually screenshot this right now, is you want to look for, when you look up a term, most of the creators to have under 10,000 subscribers, most of them to have at least 5x outlier scores. You want them to be getting a minimum of 5 to 10 views per hour, because this means that it's actually worth making a search term about this, and you'll be able to get around 50 to 100,000 views per year. And lastly, you want to see if anyone's actually matched the exact keyword. So in other words, if your search term is Snapchat, does anyone have this exact keyword in the title? Now, since this is such a broad keyword, obviously all of these videos are basically going to have the word Snapchat in the title, but you'll see later on this isn't always the case. So we can use this formula to analyze the current competition. So firstly, we see that all of these top ranking videos have 1.6 mil subscribers, 600K, 141K. This is a bad sign because it means that everyone ranking on this specific term has a ton of subscribers. So it's already not a good term to rank on. On top of that, the outlier scores aren't consistently higher. The views per hour are okay. And they do all have matching keywords, but that's only because this is such a broad keyword. So I would already be able to tell just from the subscribers, this is not a good term to rank for, and we have to get more specific, which is why we need to go back to vidIQ. Now this is where the paid features from vidIQ actually come in handy. I believe you don't get access to any of these tabs right here, related keywords, matching terms, and questions. I believe there's no way to get access to these unless you actually have the paid version. And when you're actually trying to hone in on a specific keyword, these are by far the most useful things. So firstly, here's what they all do. Related keywords basically just gives you keywords that people who typed this term also look for these terms. So for people that type in Snapchat, a lot of people also look up how to use Snapchat or Snapchat tips. This one's kind of useful, but I think the next two are even more useful. Then you have a tab called matching terms. Now what this tab does is it gives you only terms that people also look up that have this keyword term in it. So every single term that you see on here will have the word Snapchat in it somewhere. So for example, people might look up Snapchat monetization, Snapchat ads, how to delete Snapchat account, Snapchat spotlight, all of this stuff. This is very helpful because it helps you narrow into a specific keyword that you can actually rank for. Then last but not least, you have the questions tab. And I think this tab is also extremely helpful because it helps you narrow down to a specific problem that the viewer has that if you're able to solve, you're pretty much guaranteed to make affiliate commission. Because if you can solve a very narrow problem that someone has, which someone who's asking a question will probably have a very narrow problem, it's someone who's a very warm buyer. So if you can get someone like that, they're actually very likely to convert to the tool that you're using that's going to help answer the question and the problem that they have. So what I would do is I would go through this and I would go through questions and I would see which versions of these I could actually make a video about and help the user with. So for example, right here, I see the term how to earn money with Snapchat, which has 16,000 monthly searches, which is still pretty high. So I'm going to click on this term. Then what I'll do is I'll copy paste this term back into YouTube and see what the competition for this looks like. When I look this up, this is a much better sign than the last search term because it's a lot more narrow, but also because all the signs show that this has less competition than the other term by a huge margin. Firstly, let's look at the subscribers. Well, this guy is 15K. This guy is 15K, this guy is 30K, this guy is 41K, this guy is 38K. So no one even has over 50,000 subscribers ranking for this term. So that means that there's an opening that I could still rank for this even if I have a low amount of subscribers. Next, we have outlier score. So this guy is a 3x outlier score. This is 100x. This is 97x. This is 1x. This is 57x, 100x, 69x. So I'm seeing a lot of red when it comes to these outlier scores, which again, to me is actually a really good sign. Then we look at the VPH or the views per hour that each of these terms are getting. We can see this video is getting 11 views per hour. This video is getting 7 views per hour. This is getting 2 views per hour, 4 views per hour, 6 views per hour, 8 views per hour. So all of these are still getting views, which again is a good sign that we can actually rank for this term. And in case you're still a little skeptical about that, you can actually go to each of these videos and vidIQ will show you if these videos are still getting views over time or not. For example, when we go to this guy's video on how to make money with Snapchat, we can see that vidIQ shows the graph of how much views this is actually getting, and you can see this is pretty much going up in a straight line. Again, this is a really good sign because it means that the views that he's getting are probably mostly from search. Since the traffic and the views to his videos isn't dying out at any point, it's an indicator that he's probably getting a lot of his traffic from search, and that's why he's able to get linear increasing views over time. Same with my video right here. You can see it is tapering off a bit, but overall this is still continuously getting views over time, even 100 days after publishing, which again is a great sign that we can rank for this term and keep getting views with it once we rank for it. But lastly, does anyone have matching keywords? Well, for the exact term, how to earn money from Snapchat, which we know 16,000 people a month are looking up, when I copy paste this, no one, including me, is ranking for this exact term. So that means that if we just make our title the exact term that no one else has matched, we actually will rank #1 for this specific term. In fact, I'm actually making a new video right now, and I'm going to be using this exact title so that I can rank #1 for this new search term that wasn't there when I made these initial videos. And that's how we use vidIQ to analyze competition. And now we found a term that we know will actually work really well and that we can rank #1 on. From there's a couple things that we need to do to actually make sure that we rank #1 for this search term. First, we need to match the title with the keyword exactly. So if we want to rank #1 for this keyword, we need to have this somewhere in our title with this exact spelling and everything. So for example, if I was making a video on this, I would probably title it how to earn money from Snapchat. and then something catchy at the end to make it even more clickable, like 2025, or maybe I'll say with proof at the end to make it even more clickable. But the core thing is you need to match the search term somewhere in your title. The second thing is you need to have matching terms in the description. So if you go to this video or this video, see how when I Command F the word Snapchat, you can actually see in his description or in my description all of these different words that are showing. Well, these words also help you rank above other people on YouTube. So we want to be using these terms as much as possible. The way that I would do that is I would look up how to earn money from Snapchat. I'd click on related keywords, and then all of the ones that I thought were relevant that this title might miss, I would actually just select them all on vidIQ. So something like Snapchat Spotlight Money, that looks like a good one. Snapchat Spotlight Payment would be good. Snapchat Earning, and maybe Snapchat Stories, since all of these are relevant to the topic but were missed in my title. I would then scroll all the way down and click copy, and then what I would do is I would go to ChatGPT, I'd copy paste in the terms, I'd say put all of these terms in a logical sentence for my video about how to earn money from Snapchat. Keep it concise. And there we go. We now have a sentence that includes all of these keywords that we can put as the first sentence in the description. This will help us rank even better. Then third, we want to make sure we have a better thumbnail than the other ranking people. So actually all of the top ranking thumbnails here are pretty good, but if we scroll down, we can see a lot of people meet the other requirements, but then have a pretty bad thumbnail. Like this guy's thumbnail, there's way too much going on. Like none of that is readable whatsoever. His face is kind of small and you can't really see his facial expressions that well. You can't even really see what the phone is showing right here, and the text is all convoluted. Instead, I like to look for something simple and professional. So like face, logo, text, and make everything very easy to see. Again, this guy basically did the same thing: face, logo, and then earnings. Having a good thumbnail helps you stand out, and you basically want to make sure that your thumbnail is more clickable and relates more to the topic than the other people who are ranking for this term, if you can. Then lastly, tags. Now on YouTube, I don't believe tags actually matter that much. It's basically when you upload to YouTube and it helps you categorize your videos, but even YouTube says here it's only useful if your video is commonly misspelled. Otherwise, tags play a minimal role. But just out of superstition, what you can do is you can copy paste your title, head to this website called rapidtags.io. We'll leave this in the description as well. Copy paste your title in, click enter, and then just copy these tags and then just paste it here into your YouTube video. So that's only if you want to be superstitious. I don't really think that actually helps that much, but you can do it if you'd like. Now again, you can screenshot this before I get into the last section of this, which is making sure you actually monetize correctly. This is how you actually do SEO and optimize for search. And then lastly, we have conversions to tool. So first of all, I think the easiest thing you could do is talk about public affiliate softwares. So literally what I would think about is, what is a tool that I actually use? And then I might say, oh, well, to rank for search on YouTube, I use vidIQ as one of those tools. So all you would do is you would look up vidIQ affiliate link and see if vidIQ has this. And when you click on the first link, you can see that vidIQ already has a public facing affiliate link, and all you need to do is sign up to be an affiliate. By the way, I'm fully transparent with how much I earn from my affiliate. So this is my vidIQ affiliate earnings in the past 12 months. Nothing crazy, but this is what it is. But once you log into the affiliate center, they'll give you a link and you can just instantly start using this link and make commission when people buy through your link. And you never have to do anything again in your life to get this. In my opinion, this is pretty overpowered because it means that you can start making money right now from a tool that you already use, and you never even have to talk to anyone about it or get permission from anyone. You can just start marketing it literally right now. So then in the video, I would make sure you show directly how the tool actually solves the problem for the viewer. So in this video, for example, I showed you how vidIQ directly helps you rank for YouTube search by showing you related terms that you can actually find and then start ranking for. If you don't show how the tool actually directly solves the problem that the viewers were trying to address in the video, then there's no real reason that people will convert. And then three, and last but not least, I would recommend trying to find search terms that have warm traffic. So I'll give you one quick example of this with this tool right here called repurpose.io. A lot of people wonder whether using repurpose will kill their reach or not. And a lot of times when people look up a question like this, like they already want to use it, they just have one little thing holding them back, like wondering if repurpose will kill their reach. So to combat this, I made a video that specifically addressed this question: will repurpose.io hurt my reach? Now think about this for a second. This video right here only has 1,000 views. This is extremely low, but it directly addresses a concern that people have. And the second that this concern is addressed and I show them proof that it doesn't really hurt your reach, people will then just sign up through this link and I'll make the commission just because I helped address the concern that was the last step before they bought. So I have comments on this video like exactly what I was wondering. thank you. Which means that people like this, or the people that said we'll try this on my pages, are probably created an account right after watching this video, and if they ever buy anything through repurpose.io, I'm now going to make a commission from them. Again, because I addressed their concern right at the last second before they created the account. So this is what I mean by finding search terms that have warm traffic. Now again, this search term wasn't that good, but people who look this up are very likely to actually create an account and actually buy with repurpose. So that's just one example of how you can try to cherry pick terms with warm traffic. Another example would be, instead of trying to rank for a term like top 5 free AI tools, everyone who's looking up free AI tools doesn't have money to spend. So that would be a terrible term to rank on because you're not going to get anyone converting. What you'd want to do instead is find a term where it indicates that people are likely to actually convert. So instead, you might rank for a video that says top AI script writer. If people who are looking this up just want the problem solved of how to script write, and they aren't looking to just cherry pick ones that are free, they're just looking the best tool to solve that problem, and they'll be way more likely to convert to a paid tool than someone who looks up how to do this thing for free. So yeah, this might have been extremely boring for you, but if you stayed around, you now know how to rank for YouTube search and how you can actually use YouTube SEO to start raking in passive income. And again, I'm fully transparent with how much I earn from all my different side hustles. And last month I was able to rake in $2,000. And again, this was completely passive. I wasn't making new videos on this topic. I just had the old videos from the customers that I acquired that I was making money from with repurpose.io. So in my opinion, this is genuinely one of the most overpowered ways to make money in 2025. And it's truly one of the only ways to actually start generating income that's very, very passive. It is insane. With that being said, my main mission with this channel is to be 100% transparent and not gatekeep. When I first started trying to make money online, I was fed up with how many people were just selling courses and not just helping with free information. So all of the stuff I give on my channel is completely free. And if you support the mission of transparency, the best way that you can show your support is to both subscribe to this channel, and then once you did that, join my free Discord, which the link will be in the description, and drop your best money making sauce. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next video, and peace.